How to submit if you don't feel like your husband is spending enough time with God to lead you. Ooh, that's a good question for you.
I don't know. Sometimes you close the door.
Yeah, you're never
maybe
in
you're
there.
more of a private pooper.
I was gonna say, I don't think you ever seen me poop actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I can hear it though. But
It's
it wasn't
totally
in a
okay.
bad way.
No, it was in a great way. I loved it. Oh.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I would say, hello everybody.
We are back.
We are back with part 2. Well, part 3. I don't know. This is our third video.
It's part 2 of part 2.
Yeah, this is our third time answering juicy marriage questions. So we will have the other ones linked in the description if you guys want to check those out.
Yes.
But if you're new here, I'm Kian.
And I'm Kyle.
My husband Kyle. We've only been married for a year, so we're just coming here humble, newlyweds, not trying to give you any crazy advice, but just being realistic on what marriage is like.
Yeah.
And answering your questions that, you know, maybe not a lot of people talk about, especially Christian people talk about.
Yeah. Here to just share our experience and, oh, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the questions.
So many of you ask about this.
About bedroom toys.
About toys, but
everybody wants
apparently
to know.
it's all the rage. So
question on everybody's heart.
Yeah, so toys, babe.
What are your? I feel like, I mean, I've never been into doing any of that stuff, or have wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, we've never talked about it really, so I'm kind of curious to hear your response.
I don't know. And then someone said, what does the Bible say about it? I don't know if the Bible does say anything about it.
You didn't read the part in 1 Jeffrey 2:19 where
No,
it talks about
one.
Toys are those for the beloved?
I literally have no, like, biblical standpoint, so I would definitely have to do that beforehand.
Yeah, I've never really dove into it, you know.
I do have a Christian friend couple who does do it because she has a hard time finishing without it.
Okay.
And so that's, after years of marriage, that's what they decided to do to make sure she is having a fulfilling sex life as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's good. You know, it's like we're supposed to be able to pleasure each other and everything, and if that's needed, I don't see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but maybe you guys have a better biblical understanding or something, because apparently this is a very controversial question.
Is it?
In the Christianity world.
I don't think it's anything we really put any thought into.
Yeah, we never thought about it. So if you guys want to share your opinions on, like, maybe why you think it's okay, why you don't think it's okay, because I literally have no clue. Like, no opinion. I don't know.
We're right that in the middle, so, you know, hey.
You can educate us.
To each their own.
If you want. Okay. Most common arguments you have and how do you handle them?
Man, most
common
arguments? Probably the whole love respect thing.
Yeah. It's like
me not feeling respected and her not feeling loved. And then us trying.
Back to that.
It always does. It's always about that at the end.
Yeah, that's why it's really, you should read the book Love and Respect.
Yeah.
Before you get married.
Seriously. And then during and then after.
Yeah. Wait, after. Oh, yeah. Before, during, after. What is after?
I guess I'm talking about engagement, but yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest, most common argument that we have, because everything stems from that.
So that can manifest in a bunch of different ways. It could be like it could be something like me disagreeing with him in public, and it doesn't matter what I'm disagreeing about. That's not really the issue. It's the way I talked to him, or kind of like was opposing him in front of other people.
Yeah.
That made him feel disrespected.
Right.
So it's not like so much he cares that I disagree with him.
Right.
He just cares about how I went about it, and it made him feel disrespected.
Right.
Whereas like with me,
it's more like
it could be like anything.
Yeah.
But
literally, like I didn't do the dishes.
No, I did not get mad at you for not doing the dishes.
No, you never got mad at me for it, but it's come up in a...
Yeah. There's like just this one time where I was just overwhelmed. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need help. Like, please just do the dishes. It's been 3 days.
It blew my mind. I was like, I'm always doing the dishes, but anyway.
Yeah, I think it's more so for me, it can be like no matter what we're having an argument about, it comes back to like, I just don't feel like you're really like loved
me. In it. Like I'm not really listening or like trying to understand, or even like just not trying to justify, but just comfort you and love you and like show you that I'm there for you instead of like trying to justify and all that.
Yeah.
So I would say that's been definitely a common one that we've encountered.
And then as far as like, I feel like obviously money has been harder for us to talk about because we both have like, we both had strongholds in it. We're working through them. We're overcoming them.
Correct. But they're like polar opposites in the same category. So like,
so that's always something we're like,
we never see eye to eye.
Tug of war
except for lately, I feel like we are coming to this place of like being in it together and seeing eye to eye and being like, all right, I understand you like to spend. I understand you just you don't like to spend unless it's investing. Like I understand, you know, this is what our goal is, and now we're gonna work towards it together. Where it's kind of just been like a free for all. Yeah. This whole time,
which was not good.
No, not at all. It's so like we were kind of working together in it, but like really we just weren't like working even towards anything. We were just going with the flow of everything.
Yeah, so we've sat down and just like come up with more of a plan.
Right.
And agreed on it. I think it's hard because you're more extreme, so you want to go all in, whereas like I need some time to like slowly progress. So I would say, but I feel like we've kind of accepted that about each other and we're trying to find like a happy medium.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's getting better, but I would say that is a common thing that like just 100%. Brings up some it's not like with each, I don't know, it's just like from our past, you know, it just brings up
it's frustration that builds up inside of us, and then we like kind of put that on each other. Yeah. You know.
All right. Most awkward thing that has happened during sex.
Jeez, can I ask a question or what?
Oh, sorry.
I'm feeling so disrespected right now.
Did I ask the last one?
I think you asked the last
you can ask the last
one. No, it's all good. You keep going, baby. You're doing great. Okay. What's the question?
Most awkward thing that's happened during sex. I can't think of a specific thing. I know there's so many times where we just like start
laughing,
bust out laughing.
Yeah.
Like
that's
I'm
fun,
sure
though.
Handsome coming in can be awkward.
Or we hear him crying at the door, or like I think the last time I was just above and beyond.
I feel like once like Handsome licked one of us on our toe or something, and we're like, okay, he has to go. Yeah. Like something like that. Yeah. But like, or there's just like weird things that happen.
I think
it's not really awkward, but it's just like we just start laughing.
Yeah.
And then we have to like pick things back up. But like I feel like it's totally. I feel like sex isn't like what it is in the movies. Like you can have a conversation during it.
Yeah, I like to joke around sometimes.
You could be crying, laughing before.
Yeah, except for you've had a hard time recovering from laughing.
It's hard to get. Well, I feel like it's just hard to get back into the. Dude, the light. It's just cloudy. Okay. It can be harder to recover from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Back into it.
But it's fun.
Yeah, I can't think of any other.
I can't think of anything like awkward. It's more so we just
can't take it seriously.
Can't take it seriously, yeah. Sometimes. Most of the time. All right. You ready for the last question?
Yeah, kind of. It's like dark. Do you think it's fine? I think it's too dark.
It's a little dark. All right. So last question. And then you got some rapid fire for me, right?
Yep.
All right. So how to submit if you don't feel like your husband is spending enough time with God to lead you? Ooh, that's a good question for you.
Okay. So what I think I've realized through this, because we've been very open about like our relationships with God have not been at the forefront lately. Like neither of us have been spending a lot of intentional time in the Word or praying or with God. So I think in the past, when we first were married and I saw that, I would kind of like have this expectation on you and like be judging you for not doing it. And then I like wanted you to do it, but I wanted you to do it in like the way I would do it. And so I just like judged you a lot. I put a lot of pressure on you, which has greatly impacted, I think, your relationship, like our relationship with God, because it's like those judgments and that controllingness and all that stuff I did in the beginning of our marriage, I think put some kind of block in like us doing that now, you know?
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I would say, obviously, if your husband is sinning and like leading you guys to sin, I feel like that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if you're just judging your husband for what he's doing and not getting in the Word or not being close with God, like just think like, would you want him to do that to you? And I would get the book, The Power of a Praying Wife, and just go through and just be constantly praying. I would also get the book Love Dare, go through that. That has like a challenge each day, even if you're not doing it together.
Yeah.
If you can
nice to do it together, though.
If you can do it together, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But
so how would you submit as a wife to a husband that you don't think is spending time with God, who's trying to lead you regardless?
You just have to respect them. Like, I think men constantly want to know that they're worthy of being followed, and for you to like surrender what you want to them. Like, they want to feel confident in that. Like, okay, even if I'm not spending time with God, I know my wife will still love me, not judge me, and still take my opinion and put it at a very high value.
Yeah.
So
yeah, just trust, you know.
Yeah, more than anything, trust God with your spouse.
Right.
Because your spouse's relationship with God is not necessarily your responsibility.
Right.
As a wife, I don't know. For a husband, do you think my relationship with God is your responsibility?
No, I think everybody's relationship with God is their own responsibility, period. However, God brings two together to help one another with their walk with the Lord. So at the end of the day, like, even though I'm head of the household, it's not my responsibility for you to have a relationship with Jesus, right? That's yours. However, in your relationship with Jesus, it is a responsibility of mine to help lead you and navigate and walk down the path with you with the Lord, where I can encourage you and support you and pray for you and all of that stuff. But it's not, it's never anybody else's responsibility. Your own personal relationship with the Lord is never anybody else's responsibility but your own.
Yeah, because if you start putting that on your husband or your wife, you're going to start getting very frustrated, naggy, controlling.
Right.
And you're just going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be that nagging wife they talk about in Proverbs. Yeah,
and a lot of times too, like, we don't see it, but the Lord is doing something in those dry seasons. He's doing something, you know, in those seasons of like isolation from Him. You know, He is sovereign. He is in control of everything. So when we look at somebody not in relationship with the Lord, or somebody who's not actively pursuing or seeking the Lord, you know, it's very easy to look at them and be like, oh man, they're so lost. They don't, you know, God's not with them, or they're not with God, or I can't trust them or believe whatever. But in those moments, the Lord's doing something, and it might not be, the fruit might not be seen that very moment, but it could be a week, 2 weeks, month, 2 months, next year down the road, where all this fruit starts to show from that season that was dry, right? So a lot of times too, it's like we have to be able to not look from our eyes, our perspective, but really look from the Lord's and be like, all right, God, like, He might not be actively pursuing you right now, but I know you're still actively pursuing Him. I know you're with Him. I know you're in this mix. You're doing something, and there will be fruit from it. So like in that, we can trust in the Lord, right? The joy of the Lord is our strength. we can celebrate because we know God is good, he's faithful, he's sovereign, he is still in it, he's still doing something, he would never leave us nor forsake us, right? All these things come into play, and we can have peace and joy even if our spouse or partner isn't actively pursuing or seeking the Lord during a certain season, because we know that he still is with them, right? So it's just like surrendering what we think is right, what we think should be happening, what we expect, right? And letting that go and just knowing, okay, these are the promises of God, this is who he is, and I can trust him with them, and I can lay off. And instead of controlling, like she's saying, or trying to, you know, tell your spouse what they should be doing or whatever, it's more so just being in a place of loving them, knowing that God's already telling them, God's already talking to them. They might not be hearing it or listening right now, but God is, he's doing it all, he's saying it all. So instead, I'm just gonna love them.
And pray for them.
And then pray for them. Yeah, and that's in loving them, right? Mm-hmm. And then in that, it's love that compels people, right? It's the love of Christ that compels. It's not what we say that convinces or whatever.
Judgments or nagging that compel people to change.
It's love. And if we can stay in a place of love for our partner, our spouse. I mean, have you ever seen The Case for Christ? Prime example. I love this movie. But she, it's also War Room, right? Mm-hmm. But the wife, you know, at first is trying to like convince or, you know, persuade or whatever, you know, to help the husband see, you know, this is truth. He is real. He loves you, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's when they back off and just unconditionally love their spouse and pray for them, then their spouse comes around and says, I don't deserve this. Why are you still loving me in this way when I'm being like this? And it's the conviction, it's the love of Christ through you that's compelling, and it convicts, and then in that, that's what causes transformation, not the other way around, you know?
Fancy.
Handsome celebrating that with a 360 tail chase.
Yeah, he's a good job, Dad. That was a word. All right, so to end, I thought it would be fun to do a little quick fire questions with questions you haven't read yet.
I actually like this. Let's do it. Rapid fire, baby.
Rapid fire. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Rapid fire. Okay, first one. Do guys care about boob shape?
No. Wait. Do we? I don't know. No.
Do you care if what a boob looks like?
I don't know. How else could they look?
Well, boobs come in all different shapes. They can be bigger. They can be hanging lower, like I guess petite.
Yeah, I guess people have their. I like yours.
Thanks. Okay.
I guess people have their preferences.
People can have.
Sure, people can have their preferences. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, rapid fire.
Have you ever felt jealousy in your marriage?
No.
Okay.
I could go deeper into these. Go on.
Go ahead.
Because it's not jealousy in any way, shape, or form. That's it. It's. I guess if anything, it would be like comparison. It would probably be comparison.
Me comparing you?
No.
Or you comparing
Me
yourself?
comparing myself, or just like our relationship.
Okay. Next question. Do you watch each other poop?
We have. I've seen you poop.
You have?
Yeah, the door.
Well, I like to leave the door open when
exactly.
I go to the bathroom.
So, like,
I just feel claustrophobic.
I'm pretty sure you actually was pooping when I was brushing my teeth at one time.
Just once.
Yeah. So that is yes. I don't think you have for me though.
Yeah, dude. You're always pooping.
Yeah, but you've seen me poop?
I don't know. Sometimes you close the door.
Yeah, you're never
maybe
in
you're
there.
more of a private pooper.
I was gonna say I don't think you ever seen me poop actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I can hear it though. Okay, so
is this supposed to be rapid fire?
Yeah. Okay. What should I do if no guys are asking me out? Should I ask them out?
Oh, these are not rapid fire questions.
Yes or no?
Well, it depends on the situation. It's like, can I go in on this a little bit?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. So like, if no guy's asking you out, but like you really like a guy, right? And he's a good guy, and like, you know, there's a relationship built and all that. There's nothing wrong with you going up and kind of making clear where you're at, your interest, right?
But like asking them on a date? Maybe not.
I guess maybe not ask them on a date. You want them to pursue you. You want them to like take initiative and all that stuff. It's like a really good sign, right? So if you're taking on the initiative, now here's the thing though, I'm not gonna say no because maybe you know
some stories start like that.
Exactly, and they end up being great relationships. So like if it depends on the scenario, it depends on the situation.
Let God lead you.
Let God lead you in it.
Don't do it out of desperation.
Exactly, it's got to be healthy.
Wait, did I tell you story? I'll see if she's okay with me sharing this. Okay. But one of my friends actually
as she goes to share it.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut off the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a scenario where my friend saw a guy at church and she was like, "Who is that guy? Like, I have a feeling about him." And her friend suggested, "Well, if he is single, he'll probably have a Hinge account." So she decided to make a Hinge account to look specifically for that guy.
Yeah.
And then they connected, and now they're dating and gonna get married.
Sheesh.
So like in that way, like she put herself out there. She made like the intentions to like make an account to be available, to see if he was there, to like connect her with him. But I'm sure once they started chatting and stuff, he probably asked her out.
Yeah, if anything, I would say you don't need to go ask him out, but you can go up to him and let him know. Be like, you know, it depends on the scenario. Once again, it could be you guys are like super close and talking all the time, whatever, and you're like super lax and chill with each other, and it's like, yo, dude, like, when are you gonna ask me out? You know, or something.
Wow.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you're super chill with each other and like already really close friends, or if it's like something like from afar and you never really talked and whatever, I don't know, whatever the scenario, but you could always just be going up to him and like, hey, you know, you're really cool and, you know, I'd like to get to know you more, or something like that, and then leave it up to him to like actually ask you out.
Set the details.
To set the details, right? Because never just hang out just to hang out, right? It's gotta have details. Like, okay, well, how about we go out to dinner Saturday at 4 or whatever, and it's an actual date, and that's clear. But you could put yourself out there. Like this girl, dude, she literally gave me like 4 hints before I even like talked to her. And I was just like, okay, like, I get it, right? Like, I get you're interested. So like, let me now take initiative and start conversation and, you know, take it to the next step, you know?
The way you said that, you're like, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
You're making it clear.
Yeah.
So
but it wasn't
totally
in a bad way.
No, it was in a great way. I loved it. Oh, we don't have to get into all that now. We have a relationship video, how we met on the cruise, and you guys can go watch that to see. I'm pretty sure I explained it in that. But
next question.
Okay, this is not rapid fire.
Who apologizes first after an argument?
Man, I think in the beginning of our relationship, it was me. But I think now, you probably beat me to it most of the time.
Okay, so I have been apologizing first?
I would say, yeah, I say the second half of our relationship, you have probably been apologizing first, yeah.
Cool. Do you ever feel bored with each other?
All the time.
Yeah, this is boring right now.
So boring.
Let's wrap up this video, guys.
Right.
We hope you enjoyed.
Make sure you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. If you thought it was
boring too.
Yeah, and we're super boring, so subscribe to follow along the boring train.
Yeah.
And, hey, till next time.
Do you get bored with me?
No.
Really?
No. I think there's times that maybe I could be like, we could be more fun.
Yeah.
But it's not like you are so boring and it's not like I'm Mr. Fun over here and like you're holding me back. It's like I'm super chill out right too. I don't even want to do anything. But then I'm like reflected back and we're like, man, we're in Hawaii and we haven't left the house in 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've also been sick.
We have also been sick.
But yeah,
the point,
we need to be more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it gets to a point where we start to feel like roommates.
We get so comfortable.
Yeah, you get a little too comfortable that you forget like, oh, this is like someone I need to have fun with, hang out with, joke with, talk with.
Right.
I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you're home from work, we say hello, but then you like go do your own thing and then I'm doing my own thing like for a long time and we're like not intentionally like hanging out and trying to have fun with each other. I feel like that when we do that like multiple days in a row, or it starts to get boring.
Yeah, 100%. Typically, though, it doesn't last more than like 2 days, if that's the case, or 3 days, and then we're like, where you been?
Yeah, nice to know ya.
Yeah.
We're cool still?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
But
right. That really is it. That's the last question I have.
That's it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask you another one?
No, just be boring. So.
All right.
All right. That's it? I feel like there needs to be another one.
Wow, he really wants another one. All right, let's get a mystery one for you. I'm going to pick it out.
I just feel like there should be one more.
Do you have one in mind?
No, I didn't. Never even looked at them.
All right, let's do one more question. We're going to do
let's go.
a roulette and whatever we land on. Or do you want to drop your finger?
I'll drop it. Boom, boom. Does Kyle like your style? I mean, yeah, that's such a... No, that's a great question. Yes, I love your style, baby. I'm going to do one more. Boom. Was it hard having any sort of discussion about having kids, i.e. timeline? How many? No.
It hasn't been hard.
No.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah. 14 kids tomorrow.
All at once.
All at once.
Yeah, no, that's something we talked about before we got married.
Yeah.
And we were on the same page. I think it's important to talk about before you get married.
Yeah.
Get the book, 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged.
Great book.
It goes through like so many different questions to really make sure your values and your life plans align.
Yeah, definitely. Are we still on the same page with that?
Yeah, I think when it starts getting closer, I feel like you're going to want to keep pushing it.
What do you
back.
think?
Whereas I feel like I might want to have kids sooner.
When do you think?
When to have
kids?
kids?
Yeah, where are you at?
Maybe in like 2 years.
Okay, how many?
Dude, I thought I wanted like 4, but I don't know.
Really?
Maybe 2.
Really?
Maybe.
Dang.
I don't know, maybe more.
I think I've always wanted 4.
Mm-hmm.
More than 4?
What? No,
Oh, okay.
not more than 4.
I don't want more than 4, no. I'm still with 2 years, 4 kids.
All right, Wolfgang, we're wrapping up the video
Yeah, we
here.
haven't said that in a while.
We hope you enjoyed it,
Yeah.
had a fun time or a boring one.
Yeah, to each their own.
And yeah, we hope you guys stick around. Make sure to subscribe. Send this video to a friend, a relative.
Family member?
Maybe not. I don't think I want
Maybe just keep
your
it to
mom
yourself.
or your grandma to know about our sex life.
Yeah, it'd be a little weird.
Yeah.
But hey, to each their own.
That's just your motto.
But yeah, we love you guys. And remember, Jesus loves you more.